Still pulling things up here, trying to get my stuff together. I had a client call after finishing Fortnite, and I was tied up with him for a while. Even considered scrubbing today's Windows Daily, but here I am. Don't have all my pages set up right. Oh, I don't even have my headset on yet. All right, so you're gonna see a little video glitch as I'm turning this thing on. Let's go see. And I need to go pull up my monitoring of the show, and it's not coming up there. Yeah, that didn't work at all. Let's see, come over here and click on my channel. And then here, click on that live and check if my audio is okay. Okay? Yep, that's okay. And Tony so says AVDVRW good, but he said that about 22 minutes before showtime. And I need to bring up yesterday's video to review what was in chat. Good morning, everybody. It's September 9th on a Friday, 9:03 a.m. And today's title, Windows 51. Windows Daily, number 51, exploring full differential and incremental backups and mounting images, Macrium Reflect using Baby Beast. I tried to put Baby Beast in there, but there was too many characters. So just call it Baby. And then go to yesterday's video, which would have been number 50, and pause that and see what we've got for chat. Well, this is the beginning of the chat room. That was a comment from me. Don't need to read that. Go halfway through yesterday's video. Some virtualization platforms indeed allow simulating various storage devices, but that's just for the sake if driver ID in the guest operating system, the performance level is determined by the physical device. That's logical. Yeah. And I think Tony over here on text messages is saying now frozen. Yeah, that was frozen when I was turning on the headset, but I don't think I'm frozen anymore. And I'm confirming that, nope, I'm not frozen. Okay, so then continuing on to the end of the video so I can capture the last of chat. The Macrium Reflect update. Yeah, we'll be doing the update on Baby Beast today, and it requires a restart. So Dennis tells me restart was only required on one of his two machines. Okay, so maybe not. I guess it depends upon how far out of date that Baby Beast is. And that started with Vista. That would have been the reliability monitor. Yes, I thought I saw that it was started with Windows 7. 7 was before Vista, wasn't it? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's been around for a long time, that reliability monitor, and wasn't on my radar. Let's see. Oh, Gary's wife done with chemo. Sorry about what your wife's going through, Gary, and you. And I did see that comment earlier. I just want to express my sympathies as well. And best wishes. Okay, it looks here what have been missing reliability monitor, never heard of it. Yeah, so I wasn't the only one that had never heard of it. After scrolling back, right arrow on keyboard to get back current, right arrow on screen does not work. Oh yeah, so that was when I was trying to scroll through the dates on reliability monitor. Wintermute tells me there that the right arrow key will work, and I did check that out, and yes, it does. Because clicking on that right arrow, as I demonstrated yesterday, does not work. And then Dennis, for my event, the computer rebooted and restarted Windows right away. So that's when we talked a little bit about his second computer spontaneously rebooting. Do Saturday sessions. I'm not sure what you were referring to at that point, Tony, doing Saturday sessions for maybe something that we had been talking about. So I'm going to get right up here to the end of that video to be sure I got all of that. Yeah, I think so. All right, then let's take a look at comments on that video. Actually, let's go to comments for the channel because That'll include other videos as well. Scrolling down to the bottom, it's at El Golino. I told you I was going to keep that for a while. And from Dennis, the only event or warning that popped up between the 9 a.m. Central Time and the time of the reboot was the previous shutdown. We read that yesterday. I think I neglected to do the thumbs up and heart. I don't think I need to keep that. Yeah, we did talk about that yesterday. Then Selden Bell, I was pleasantly surprised to discover that reliability monitors the informational entries for Windows updates, lists all of the individual modules. Yes, it does. That is nice to have, rather than just saying a monthly update was applied. So let's clear that one, and then clear this one. Thank you, Tony. Avicii. I wonder how close I got to that. Grafstein. Great video, very informative. Thank you for sharing. Dennis, a little update. My computer that spontaneously rebooted yesterday did it again today. While it was running Windows 11, the machine can dual boot Windows 10 and Windows 11. In my judgment, this problem is not software related. I tend to agree with you with that. Two different operating system installation. There's some hardware causing you the trouble, I would think. Windows 50, BH Ringer, you're not on the ball, Doug. Selden Ball, that is. You keep saying Bell, perhaps of Southern Bell. This is a great video, by the way. So, Selden Ball. Was I calling him Selden Bell, maybe? No biggie. You should see how some people butcher my given name. Or maybe you shouldn't. BH Ringer to Selden. I just had to give Doug a little poke. He's not getting any younger. My father knew butchering of names all too well. His name was Sedley. Okay, well, my father would call me and my brothers by each other's names. He might call me Tom. He might call Stan Bob. I mean, not a lot. It's just an occasional miss. And I've had instances myself where I might be looking right at one of my brothers. What's his name? That doesn't last very long, but yeah, it makes me wonder. What's ahead for me in the future. Let's see. There's one last here, and this is about the upgrade, Harold's upgrade to SSD. So this is a person that's not involved with us regularly. Thank you for this instructional video. Today became a first-time cloner thanks to this detailed lesson. I downloaded Macrium Reflect free. They got my email address out of me and cloned my old ADATA 650 2.5-inch SSD with capacity 511 gigabytes to my brand new ADATA 655 2-inch SSD with slightly smaller capacity. Macrium automatically made it fit. The cloned SSD works perfectly now as my C drive, and I'll use the old SSD as an external USB drive with my new USB 3.0 adapter. Good. Glad to know that, Kevin. Kevin's likely not watching with us now because I think he was watching an old video there, and I don't recognize the name. Get thumbs up and hearts on all those comments, as is my habit. Now, emails? No emails to talk about today. At least I don't think so. I haven't looked because I've been preoccupied with other stuff this morning. Nope. I do want people to send me scam or phishing emails so that I can show more examples of what's going on. And I will protect your email address. I did not protect my brother's email address yesterday because he's already made it public. Now, let's get to Baby Beast. Minimize all this other stuff. I probably should close all the other programs. Oh, you know what? Maybe some of you aren't aware of this, so I'll just show this. Here's Baby Beast. So I want to close everything. I'll do Alt-Tab, and that brings up this list. I'm still holding the Alt key. I just tap the Tab key and let go of it. And I can close all the other programs just by clicking the X up here in the upper right corner of each of those programs. Another piece that I should show there that Ken Stout had asked about on his show was in regards to, let's see, what do I have? I got to be careful about what I have on these screens. So let me go do a new document there and then bring up another one. He was asking about arranging screens. Let's go to a blank there. And then, all right, I'm going to, oh, glad I did a little extra protection there. Yeah, that's fine. So now I got a few things open over there. He was asking about popping things into half screens, and he had forgot some of that. So here's Excel. It's active and open. I'll hold down the Windows key on the keyboard, press the right arrow key. That makes that go to the right half of the screen. And then I'm supposed to be offered all the other open programs here. That doesn't always work the way it's supposed to. But if I let go of the Windows key, oh, that's what it is. I didn't let go of the Windows key. Let go of the Windows key shows all your other open programs. Click on whichever one that you want to occupy the left half of the screen. Okay. Now let's go back and try a variation on that. And that is, Ken actually kind of discovered a little bit on his channel. If you put your mouse in the title bar of a window and drag it to the edge of the screen. Now notice what happens when the mouse arrow, the tip of the mouse arrow, when it hits the left edge of the screen, see that shaded area that's showing half of the screen? If I let go of the mouse now, I'm getting the same effect. It's taken that program window to that side of the screen, and it's going to take up half of the screen. Then I can click on either one of these that I want to take the right half of the screen. Then there's some other things such as Windows key down arrow will bring it down to the bottom of that side of the screen, and then let go of the Windows key and I get another one that I can make this to be the top half of the right side of the screen. There's many different combinations that can be done with the Windows key and arrow keys and dragging windows to the edges. Now, it doesn't work perfectly. It's a little glitchy at times. And I did see Ken try to do this in one occasion where he tried to use the Windows key right arrow combination and it did not work. I'm going to try it now and see if this will fail for me. Windows key right arrow. Yes, it failed. Now, the reason it failed is because I had opened the taskbar at the bottom and I had clicked elsewhere. So I don't have an active window right now. If I click up here in the desktop area, I don't have an active window. So Windows key right arrow does not work. I have to click on one of these windows to make that window active. Now, Windows key right arrow will work. When I let go of the Windows key, I'm offered the other windows that I can use to take up the left half of the screen. Now, in this case, the last window that I manipulated was the left half of the screen. So Windows key down arrow should bring that to the bottom half of that. And then I can let go of the Windows key and pick something else to go into the upper right of that. And if I had a fourth item open, I could click over here on this spreadsheet and lower it, and the fourth item would be offered to me here. So I could get 4 quarters that way. Now, Windows key and, Alt, Tab, and then float my mouse to the upper right of each of these to close each of those. Now, let's get Macrium Reflect. Halfway into what this episode has kind of become, or these shows are becoming half-hour episodes, and I'm starting. Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm going to go here to existing backups. I have a spinning drive installed in the Big Beast case. For those of you who don't already know this, the Big Beast case back there has 2 motherboards in it, 2 power supplies, 2 certs wrapped into one. What? 2 double, whatever that was. 2 flavors in one. Yeah, it's got 2 of everything in there. But I've got 2 spinning drives in there. One of them's for backups for Big Beast, and the other's for backups for Baby Beast. So here's the backups for Baby Beast. And these have been running for a while. So I have full backups. I have incremental backups. There's a full, there's a differential, then an incremental, then a differential, then incrementals. So how do those work? if I collapse all of these full backups, you'll be able to get a little bit of focus on their dates. So July 29th is the oldest of these, then August 1st, and then September 5th is the last full backup, which was a few days ago. This full backup, notice there's no triangle there. I can't expand that because all of the differentials and incrementals that were under here have been removed by now. And there were no, that they did, I believe, they did not incorporate into this full backup. You know how we saw that incremental backups, they were consolidating into the more recent incremental backups. That does not appear to happen with the full backup. When the sub differentials and incrementals are wiped off, they are not incorporated into the full backup. And you can judge that by the size. See, the size isn't any larger than this full backup. Now, part of the reason for that is because this full backup was July 29th, and its incrementals and differentials that occurred after that, they are all effectively incorporated into this August 1st backup, because August 1st was a full backup. So it doesn't make any sense to incorporate all those other incremental and differential backups into the July 29th full backup, because the August 1st backup does that. It incorporates everything. So now that does mean that we cannot restore to the way things were on, now wait a minute, this is weird. July 29th, August 1st. Oh, you know what? I think I only just started doing that backup scheme around then. So there weren't many incrementals between July 29th and August 1st anyway. August 1st to September 5th. Now I think we'll find that those are, what was the first Monday of the month or something like that? August 1st and September 5th. September 5th was the first Monday, and August 1st was the first Monday. So those full backups are being done on the first Monday. Now, if I expand this section, I see there are some incrementals underneath. If I collapse these two incrementals, then you'll see these are differentials. So differentials on, now let's start with the full backup on August 1st. Then there's a differential on August 15th, August 22nd, and August 29th. So those are all Mondays. But there's a Monday missing, right? Between August 1st, then August 8th would have been a Monday. Well, we're only keeping 3 differentials. And this differential doesn't have any incrementals under it. But these 2 differentials are more recent. So they are recent enough that their incrementals are still being collected. But this differential only has 1 incremental, and that is showing 19-19. I would think that that's because, why would that be? The incrementals are kept. Yeah, that's probably beyond the time that incrementals are kept, because there's all these previous, this previous differential that had incrementals that were being removed. And then this one that is more recent is going to have even more incrementals in place. So that's just showing a little bit about that. Now, if I come down, for instance, to this incremental and then choose Browse, this is now asking me which image from that do I want to browse. Select the backup image that you wish to browse and associate a drive letter. So I'm going to select the C drive. These other would be the other partitions that are on that drive. I'm not interested in browsing those other partitions. The C drive is all I'm interested in. And then here's a drive letter. I could choose a different drive letter to assign to it. Now, it doesn't offer me an M because M is already taken. That's my backup drive. So I could assign whatever drive letter I want. I'll take Q. This was part of today's title of today's video, is to, let's see, mounting images. This is mounting an image. So up here you see the Q drive. So here I can browse through files that are in that backup image, and I could copy a file from here. So if I right click and choose copy, then I could bring up File Explorer and then come to a location where I'm going to copy that to. I'll go to that SW setup. And so there's the original Disk Detective. I'll create a new folder here. And maybe I've done this a lot with QuickBooks files for clients. Restored copy. I'll call it that, and I'll get into that folder, then right click and choose paste. So I can take whatever files that I want out of that backup image from whatever date that I want. So if I want to go back and find what was the state, for instance, of my Fortnite play queue, I've got a spreadsheet in that I maintain the people that play with us, with Dennis and I in Fortnite. I keep a track of them so that I know who's qualified to play with us next. Now I actually have that on my OneDrive, so I'll be restoring that from OneDrive if I want to go back to a particular date, and I can do that with OneDrive. But if I were relying on Macrium Reflect for those backups, for backing up those files, I could go grab a particular instance of that file that way. All right, exploring, have I covered everything? Exploring full differential and incremental backups, and mounting images, Macrium Reflect on Baby. Okay, so one other thing on Baby. So go back and review the expiration dates. Got to get the right mouse here. Let's close that and close this. Close that. And then here's that Q drive. If I close that window, I think that drive is still mapped. I'll bring up File Explorer and scroll down and see over here. I expect, yeah, the Q drive is still mapped until probably right click on this. And is there a dismount or eject? Not certain right now when that goes away. Oh, I know. I want to do the update also. But let's go to create backups, definition files, and here is a review, because I might have these rules set up differently. Retain full backups for 26 weeks, retain differential backups for 4 weeks, retain differential backups for 14 days. At one point I saw somewhere where I had that set to 30 days. And this one I have purge set to run before the backup. Now, when I launched this, I didn't see a update, configure update check. Maybe it's because I've already run it or already launched it today, already skipped it. Daily check for updates. Am I not going to be able to, oh, here's updates. There it is. All right, Macrium Reflect 8.06979. I'm at 8.06867. And download. And we had somebody in a comment, I'm bringing that up on another screen, El Galino. The latest version seems to have eliminated the ability to name a full backup, which does not include the long string. So that's what I want to see happen. Ready to patch. I have the redirect configured to go to Ken Stout's live stream. And Ken, it kind of looks like I'm probably going to be on time. There it says patch successful. Please click finish. Finish to exit this patch. And no prompt for restarting the computer. So let's go back into Reflect and we'll try to create a new backup job and see if we have the ability to turn off that serial number name, because that's what El Galino was reporting on. So if I go to image this disk and in advanced options, backup set file prefix. Yeah, I can turn that off. So unless I'm misunderstanding her question, that capability is still here. Destination path is included in the image. Oh, that's right. I've got the wrong. Yeah, here's one of those gimmick issues where my backup drive is shown on the top, and intuitively I'm expecting my boot drive to show up on top. That's not the case. So here's my boot drive. Image this disk. And right here it says image ID, so it's going to give me that serial number. Come over here to backup set file name and turn that off. So that image ID is gone. Coming back to look at El Galina's comment again. The latest version seems to have eliminated the ability to name a full backup, which does not include the long string of alphanumerics. I find that undesirable. All I need in the image name is the media name on which it resides and the date created. So I'm not seeing the same thing that Galina is reporting. Galina, if you're around, or if you can add another comment, maybe you could clarify what you're seeing, or maybe maybe you've already discovered the answer to that. So then here I have a number of comments. I will go back and read through them after ending the stream. Get ready, Ken. I'm going to be maybe a minute and a half early ending the stream. I'm going to go have a look and see what's going on over on Ken's right now, because he's been displaying my stream before I end my stream, and I think he's been even starting his stream before I end my stream. Now let's go. Oh, here's something else somebody was asking about. They had in Firefox, I think, where this panel was not staying open. And what I want to suggest is do a fresh open of Firefox, expand this panel, and then close Firefox, and then reopen it, see if the panel sticks. Also, another possibility is in your auto launching, whatever you have on startup, the windows that you have open, after you turn that panel on, after you turn this panel on, go back in here to your startup panels and use current pages again. Select use current pages. Mozilla Firefox is going to look a little different, but I think you probably know how to do that. I'm trying to remember which one on Ken's channel was having that issue, but save your pages here, because maybe your save of your auto launch pages, if YouTube is one of your auto launch pages, maybe that was saved with that panel closed. So maybe even if you don't have any startup pages, just open Mozilla Firefox, go to YouTube, expand this panel, then close Firefox. Reopen it, go back into YouTube and see what happens. Because if you have multiple tabs open, YouTube tabs open, that's not a good place to be trying to fix this setting. Just open it, one YouTube tab, adjust it how you want, close. If you're auto launching with that tab open, then resave your startup pages. So then what I was going to here is trying to get to Ken's channel and see what is showing on his channel right now. And I'll go to videos and then drop down list here, upcoming live streams, and then click there. So he has not actually started yet. If he's actually started yet, I would see it here. So there's 9:30 straight up. Have a great day. I hope that was useful. See you later.